Good evening and welcome to my channel, Angry Taxpayer. My name is Donna Smirniotopoulos and today is Wednesday, August the 7th. Today I would like to talk about an incident involving our third taxing district and an elected commissioner who is also a New Canaan librarian. The person's name is Pamela Parkington. Now, the only reason that Pamela Parkington is in the news at all is that she was upset, as many of us were, over the tragic shootings over the weekend, and she took to Twitter, as many of us do. We take to social media to air out our grievances and to vent. And so Pam Parkington's tweets made their way to big league politics. And full disclosure, Big League Politics is a far right-wing media outlet. They were founded by some Breitbart retreads, so I want to make sure you know the source here. And one of the reasons they focused on Pam Parkington's tweets is, for one, she called for gun confiscation. That's a very controversial issue. Whenever there's a shooting, people who are vigorous supporters of the Second Amendment say they're going to take our guns away. And so, there are people who believe that we should abolish the Second Amendment and take the guns away. But this, generated some attention in the city of Norwalk because of the colorful language. Now, I am not a prig. I use colorful language myself. It's interesting here because Pam Parkington is a Democrat and she supports the mayor, who recently blocked me from his social media account because of my use of vulgar language in a private email that the recipient of the email, Deputy Corporation Counsel Jeffrey Spar, opted to share with the local blog Nancy on Norwalk and Nancy Chapman. So Pam's Twitter feed is public, and her language was indeed colorful. Again, it doesn't bother me, but you might be interested to know what she said. Quote, "Hopefully soon they will come take your guns. Signed, Americans who are sick of this bleep and your need for your bleeping bleep extensions." She said a few other things that are a little vulgar. Basically that no civilian needs to own a firearm. That's not vulgar. And your bleeping whining is tiresome. And not whining, just bleeping tired of people getting killed because small bleep fearful men can't bleeping function without a gun. So, I heart her outrage. I don't agree with Pam on this subject. I don't agree with her on that much, but I don't believe that she should be forced to resign from the first taxing district. I think the voters can decide whether or not this is a bridge too far. The only reason it's a topic for me is that the city seems to have a double standard for vulgarities, and certainly we have a problem with how we protect the First Amendment in the city of Norwalk, and whether or not the mayor and other elected and appointed city officials selectively enforce their threshold for vulgarities, harassment, what have you. Now, I have been banned by the mayor from his private Facebook account. However, he uses this private Facebook account to discuss the city's business. And in fact, a year ago, I engaged in a conversation with him on Facebook about parking at Calf Pasture Beach. And this year, someone else engaged him in a similar conversation on an identical topic, and I could not see his answers because somewhere along the way he decided to ban me now, or block me rather. So he claims this is because of all this vulgarity in a private email. And I have maintained that, first of all, the recipient of the email made the choice to disclose what was said. So it was private, it was not public. And it's still a violation of my civil rights because even one person blocked from a means of communicating with the mayor, even if it's one person for a few hours, that's a violation of that person's rights. I should have equal access to the mayor. There was a case decided in Virginia, Loudoun County, I believe, and it's known as the Randall case. Randall versus Loudoun County Board of Supervisors, and one of the supervisors blocked Mr. Randall, or actually it was Randall is the supervisor. It was Davison was the person who was blocked for only 12 hours. And the courts have upheld this decision that Davison's civil rights were violated, even with the 12-hour block. So, this is something we should all be aware of. I think it's difficult in Norwalk. Many of us know one another, and there are a lot of sacred cows, but I don't think that we should preserve our sacred cows at the expense of our constitutionally guaranteed rights. And if the mayor is going to offer access to himself through his private Facebook page to one Norwalk citizen, he must provide the same access to every Norwalk citizen. And if he's going to single out one person for censure because of the use of vulgarity, then he needs to be consistent. And so I'm assuming that he will be blocking Pam Parkington from his Facebook page shortly, if he has not already done so. Those of you out there in Facebook land who are Facebook friends with Mayor Rilling, you can probably check to see if he has indeed blocked Pam Parkington or if he hasn't. And if you see that he has not, please let me know. Share it in the comments section. I would like to follow up on this topic with more about our freedoms, and specifically freedom of information. This series of talks is sort of backpedaling back to when I first became involved in Norwalk politics, and hopefully the next video will draw a line between mayoral appointments and access to information, and then censorship, because they're all related, but it's too much information to cover in one video. I want to make these short and digestible. So if you like the video, hit like. If you don't like it, you're not going to hurt my feelings. You might actually hurt my feelings a little bit, but don't worry about it. I'm not going away. Everyone who knows me knows I'm not going away. And if you would like to email me, if you have suggestions about topics you would like me to cover, the email address is savenorwalknow@gmail.com. That's SAVENORWALKNOW@gmail.com. And the channel is Angry Taxpayer. I hope you have a lovely evening and stay out of the thunderstorms and stay dry. All right? Bye-bye.